Hey guys, Thomas Sicily Jr. here, aka Mustached Tom, here to review the movie 47 Meters Down, Uncaged. So, we follow these four young ladies, Mia, Sasha, and two other females whose names, Nicole and... forget the fourth female character here. But it's not too relevant as these characters aren't really well defined except for the two I mentioned before who are sisters. Those are pretty much the only two you need to focus on in this entire movie. So they get ready, or one of them gets ready, to go on this shark expedition sightseeing thing where they decide to go off with the two other friends that I mentioned to go off to an undisclosed location to everyone else. So the four of them bumble around for a bit, getting wet and getting all giggly and whatnot. Suddenly, two of them, or at least one of them, says that they want to explore this new area that the main character's sister and the sister their father have been looking into, I suppose is the best way to put it. So they go exploring in this new area, and they find that this is some ancient temple or whatever, and they go on for a bit, and they're swimming around, they're doing more giggly wigglies, up until they see this fish that Nicole sees, and then she freaks out a little bit, causing her to bump into one of these pillars, knocking it over, causing the four to split up, at least for a short period of time. And this little scene causes a shark to appear. The shark, of course, freaks them out. They try to swim away. That is, after bumping into one of the male companions that worked for the father, I forget which of the two, but he's there with them. So now he's gone, as soon as he's reintroduced into this movie. So now it is up to our four leads to continue forth, swimming around, trying to find a way out. The movie is pretty poorly paced, at least in the beginning portion of it. It does take a little bit to get to where this movie needs to get to in terms of, oh yeah, there's a shark. Now that there's a shark, they must flee from said shark. And from there, they bump into, or we cut to one of the other co-workers who's playing music or whatever, and three of the four characters, with the exception of Mia, find an air pocket in which Mia continues on to where the music is heading. The coworker gets attacked before he even knows what hits him. He gets sharked to death, and then Mia freaks out, bumbles into her father, who's suddenly also there. He persists that they go with each other to get to safety. So the other three reunite with the two of them, and the five of them now all head toward an escape area. They do so, they proceed to get to the escapee area. Thus, one of the women, not the main characters, are led up to this little, lift thing. But Nicole freaks out seeing that the sharks have caught up to them, so she tries to bumble her way up, only to bumble her way all the way back down into the water to get sharked and to death. So the others now try to find a way out. They have this little tracker thing that's making noise that they think is distracting the shark, but it's probably only making the situation worse. So now we are down to four. So the four of them are trying to make their way. The dad makes his little epic speech, and then as soon as he's done about how to survive, how they're gonna get out, he also gets sharked. So now we're down to three. We're down to the two sisters and the other woman that name still escapes me, unfortunately. But we're down to these three. So they're swimming along, and they said that the only way out is towards this current. So they move their way towards this current. They're starting to get pulled by it. Sasha, the sister, gets pulled away into the current. We don't see her anymore, but for at least for a little while. While Mia and this other woman try to get to the other side. They do. This other woman gets attacked by a shark. She takes off her gear for some reason, question mark. I'm not sure why, but because at that point in the movie, they said they had, like, what, 5% of oxygen or whatever left, so there was still a little bit of time for them to, I don't know, but anyways, it doesn't really matter, she drowns, so she's also dead. So the other sister, Mia, teleports, and I'm not joking, I wish I was, teleports to her sister, Sasha somehow. The two of them work their way against the current. They find a little pocket where they can escape. One of them gets stuck. I believe it's Mia gets stuck, at least temporarily. They take off the rest of the gear. They swim up. They make their way to the shore, or at least to a clearing while they're still in the water. Meanwhile, we see this boat where the other students have been chilling for the entire movie. The hosting people are finally throwing the shark water, or the blood shark stuff, so that the shark comes. So the two of them get virtually fucked, at least for the time being. They try to avoid the blood for as long as possible. They get to the boat, but Sasha is pulled in. She gets a nice little chunk, while the sister, Mia, grabs a flare gun, goes underwater, shoots the flare gun underwater, gets the shark in the eye, is able to pull her sister out. The sister now is able to get her way through to the boat, while Mia makes her way closer and closer, but then also gets attacked by a shark. This time she uses her little shark tooth that I guess she somehow had this whole time, question mark. I'm not sure. I forgot whether or not she actually really ever took it with her, but I guess she did? I don't know. Anyway, she attacks the shark with a shark tooth that the dad gave her. So she's also able to get out to safety. And that was 47 meters down, Uncaged. And for the most part, I thought it was a pretty mediocre movie up until the teleport. Then I was just like, well, fuck. That just kind of went from a 5 out of 10 to a 3 out of 10. Because, I am not a fan of the whole ending part where you just get to teleport to safety. That is not ever cool. The characters, of course, aren't well defined. You have your pretty typical sister archetype here. We have some bully characters that don't pay any consequence here as well. The title of the movie, I feel, is a little bit uncaged. I guess they're in uncaged territory. I don't know. I guess they are 47 meters down. They never explicitly state that. I don't know, it does seem like a little bit of a bizarre movie title, if anything. And other than that, yeah, it was pretty generic, and again, the teleporting does take away a lot of the suspension, at least for the main character. So, yeah, things worked out for the two sisters, although they were at least a little bit injured, and then that's the end. So again, I would give it a 3 out of 10. Kind of blah. And that's my review for 47 Meters Down Uncaged. And if you enjoyed my review, then please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also make sure to check out those links in the description. One will head you over to my Discord server, the other to my Patreon page. Any donations are greatly appreciated. And until next time, everyone, bye-bye.